everybody, nice to see you all. So here we are for April the 8th, Wednesday, April the 8th, and I know it's Wednesday because it was bin day. The bins came early because in England we have a bank holiday this weekend. And then when I'm in America, people in America, they don't understand what a bank holiday is, and it's a public holiday, and I think that they're called bank holidays because the banks are shut. But with it being Easter, we have Friday is a bank holiday, so that's Good Friday, and then Easter Monday is a bank holiday. And normally, you don't often get a Friday and a Monday, so normally people would go away. And we can't go anywhere because we're here and we're stuck. So, but at least the weather's been lovely. So when there's a bank holiday, all the utilities are slightly different. So I had to remember, because Emmy's not here. Emmy's on lockdown somewhere else. So I'm having to do it all myself. It's very, Anyway, I managed it. I managed to get it out there, and then I managed to bring it back in as well. So, because I don't live on a normal timetable, so these things normally just pass me by, and Emmy is my minder, and she does all these things for me. So that sounds very indulgent, doesn't it? But I do all the designing, and I'm usually not here. So talking about not being here, I think that's what I'm going to do with this page today, because I was thinking to myself today, I don't get to be home very often at all. And I know it's not under very good conditions, but I have loved being home. I can cook every day. I cook. When I'm on the road, I either eat in a restaurant or I just have to pick things because I'm always in hotels, so you can't cook what you want. I find it very hard to keep my diet straight when I'm on the road, because sometimes I have to eat what there is. So to actually cook, to be in my kitchen, to buy the ingredients, to put them in the fridge and then to cook, so I've been loving doing that. To clean, can you believe that I miss cleaning? I love cleaning, and I haven't cleaned properly for quite a few years. Not that my house is a mess. Emmy comes and does it. Emmy does it all. It's all spick and span, but I like to clean. I like to sort. So I was doing the bathroom today, and I was down on my hands and knees, and I was just in the floor, and I just thought, oh, I've missed this. I've missed it, you know. What else? Just sit in my swingy chair. Honestly, I wish I could take that swingy chair everywhere. I have some, they're called egg chairs in the gardens. I have 3 different ones, and I just love to sit in there. I sit in there on the morning with a cup of tea with Mr. Boo. I'll sit there if I'm sewing. I'll sit there at night. I'll just wrap a blanket around me, and it's just so relaxing. Talking about Mr. Boo, it's so lovely to spend time with him. You know, usually it's really quick. I'm only home for a week or 2. Try and get as much time as I can with him, and then it's FaceTime. So, you know, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my bath. I have a lovely roll-top bath. And I'm sorry, America, I love you and I love a lot of your things, but I hate your baths. Baths in hotels are these little shallow things, and you get a crick in your neck. So I have a roll-top. I absolutely love my bath. I put my molten black brown in, I sit in there, I have my candle on. I have a Jo Malone candle, and I love that, and I have that on, and it's so lovely. And then I'm grateful to be able to get into my bed, to use my sheets, my duvet, etc. So as I was sat there, I just thought, I know it's unfortunate to be home, but I'm really grateful for all these things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a grateful page, okay? And I'm grateful to be home. Now, some of you, unfortunately, you key workers, you're still out there working. I'm sorry. I'm grateful for you, and I'm actually going to write that down. I am grateful for key workers. Let me put that on there. But I want this to be sort of grateful for home. What are you grateful for when you get home? Maybe you could do it like that. I don't want us to look on the bleak side. You know, I'm earning no money. There is absolutely no money coming in here unless somebody buys something off the Etsy page. There is no income. But that's not what I want to factor into. I want to think of the things that money can't buy, like sitting in my bath and spoiling Mr. Boo, you know. So I want you to think of what grateful things, because for about 3 or 4 years now, I've been saying, please stop the world, I want to get off. Okay, the world has stopped and I've got off. So now I've got over the shock, I'm grateful. Okay, so first thing that I'm going to do is this page. I said I was going to put a quote, but I'm going to write. It's got a block there, but I want to put a little bit of a border round the actual page as well. So I'm just going to draw, let's have a look, how many squares? That's one and a bit, probably one and a bit squares in, because I've got a grid one, remember. So I'm just going to draw a line around. I'm going to jump over this circle because I want this circle. And just one and a bit grids in. It's probably about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so I'll decorate that afterwards. And also, this was wonky, so this sort of straightens that up a bit. I am going to accentuate this before I start, because that's, I think I'm going to put on there to be home, and here I'm going to write grateful. So let me get my pencil. Grateful. If you're in doubt, just spell it out first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters, so grateful. So it wants to be the first part of the word there, second part of the word. Oops, that was a bit wonky. It's not really halfway, Diane. There we go. Okay, so I want it to be sort of G-R-A-T-E-F-U-L. There we go, yeah. And then here I want to put home really big. You probably can't see this. And then I'm just going to put to be home there. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and write those with a pen, and then I know how much room I've got left. So, okay. Grateful. And then you can just go in and you can rub all this out afterwards. You'll find once you get used to it, you don't need to measure. I probably didn't have to measure that, but I wanted to show you how I do it. So let's have a look. Here's the 2. B, and then right, so let me get my big rubber, because that little pencil rubber will be ages. There we go. Grateful to be home. Okay, and then I think I'm going to number the reasons why I'm grateful to be home. So let's go with these smaller numbers. So number 1. Oh, kitchen roll. Here we go. So number 1 on my list is to cook my choice of food. Okay. Number 2. People go, oh, you must love it being in restaurants all the time. No. It's nice to go in a restaurant, but it's nicer to have your own stuff that you would like. So number 2, I'm going to put to clean and tidy my house because it is. All things like that just get put to one side because I'm always packing to go out again. So number 2. Number 3. This is going to be actually, this should have been under the cook my choice of food. So that's key workers. Because without them, I'm going to put a little heart there, because without them, things would be totally different. So number 3. Number 4. Sitting in my swingy chair. Number 5. Bing, bing. Oh, my roll top bath soaks in my bath, soaks in my roll top bath. Wonderful. Number 6. Spending time with Mr. Boo Boo. Number 7. Number 7 has got to be FaceTime. What would we do without FaceTime? FaceTime for my family. And then number 8, I don't normally do even numbers, I normally do odd numbers, but I need to pop in, I'm going to put it there where the rest of them are, even though I'm going to have to write over the top of this circle, but that will be all right. Sleeping in my own bed. Wonderful. What wonderful things to be thankful of. We've got to look on the bright side of these things. And that's what I try and do really, wherever I am in the world. People say, oh, you've got, you know, a really sunny disposition. You have to. You've 2 choices. You can be bitter or you can be better. So, you know, I try to think to myself, what, you know, this is how it is, and this is what's going to happen, and what am I grateful for this, etc. So, there we go. So this is going to be a black and white page, really. I'm going to doodle these, I'm going to doodle this stencil that's just in the circle. If you haven't got a circle in there, it doesn't matter. You could do a tag shape, you could do, I just happen to have a circle in there. Remember, you don't have to do what I do. If this is just an idea, you can go off and do whatever you want to do. I would like to say though, actually, if you are going to, anybody can follow this, anybody, it doesn't matter at all, and you can use whatever you want to do it. But if you are going to post it on the Dylusions page, please make sure there's some Dylusions on it. You can't sort of, I love Jane Davenport, but you can't do a Jane Davenport page and then put it on mine. Go post it on Jane's page, you know, or, I mean, I know I've used Tim's stuff, but we're Ranger, so I don't mind, you know, we've got Tim's stuff, we've got Dina's, but again, if your page is predominantly Dina's, Go to one of Dina's pages and say, hey, I'm doing the Dylusion challenge, but I've used all your stuff. She would love to see that. People would love that. Okay, so now I'm going to colour in my words. My grateful. And I could have done these in bright red, actually, if I'd have thought about it, but never mind. I've resorted to my usual black. Here we go. There's some lovely comments on YouTube and on the forums. It keeps me going when there's lovely comments. It really keeps us going, you know, just to see. And because I sit here and I blather on and I talk about mental health and I talk about a load of rubbish, and it's nice to know that some of you, I know not all of you, but that some of you like it. Do you know, there's one person who every single video I do on Facebook gives me a thumbs down. It's so funny because it just makes me laugh. And it actually cheers me up every day. Every day I'm like, oh, do you think they'll bother? Oh, yeah, there they are. Whoever it is, there they are. And it just makes me laugh. And so I'm not quite sure what they're trying to achieve, but all they do is it makes me laugh. So that's quite nice. It gives me a laugh every day on there. So, but yeah, it's lovely to see such lovely comments, you know. And Dina will tell you as well. Remember, Dina's doing a daily. She's demoing live every day. This would have been live, but in my studio I don't have any Wi-Fi, so you just get a video. Sorry about that. I was hoping that my Wi-Fi would to do enough, but it doesn't, so I have to do my lives up at the house and my recorded down here in the studio. And if I did them up at the house, I'd have to plan whatever I was doing on the page before I started it. I sort of have a think and plan this about 10 minutes before I start filming. That's it. So she's doing something every day. So leave her lovely comments. Go in and say, hey, we're from the Dylusional clan. We love what you're doing. Tim is doing his. He's slowed down a little bit. He's done some marvellous ones, and you can go back and look on his. And he's going to be every Saturday. Dina's live every day at, I think she's having the weekend off actually, but she's live every day. She's in Arizona and they don't have daylight savings. So she is, I don't know, if you're in England, she's the 7 hours behind us. I don't know what the others is, but she's Arizona, and Tim's Arizona, and so hers is at 10 o'clock Arizona time every morning, and Tim's is 10 o'clock Arizona time on a Saturday, but he does 2 full hours in his. So, but all of us, you know, we're all giving our time to do this, and it's lovely to have some encouragement. So, you know, nice comments mean so much to us, you know, and it just shows us, because we're like, oh, are we doing it right? Are they fed up of it now? Should I just have made this a weekly project? You know, so it's nice to be nice, isn't it? My dad always used to say, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. And I've always remembered that. And the other thing he used to say as well, which I wish more people would take this on board, be nice to everybody on the way up, because you're going to bump into them all again on your way back down. He was quite a wise old thing. I was sat in my swingy chair last night. Up there at the top of my house, just outside my house, is my favourite swingy chair, and then there's another one. And then there's a double swingy one. So I was sat in my favourite swingy chair. And because there's only me at home, I haven't bothered putting cushions in anything else, because there's nobody around and I can only sit in one chair at once. So I hadn't bothered putting any cushions or anything in the others. And it was facing away from me. And I was thinking, I was sewing. and I was thinking about my dad, and the swingy chair turned round to face me, and I was like, oh, hello, Dad. And it was so funny, and it just, you know, didn't swing or anything like that. There wasn't anything, it wasn't a miracle, but there wasn't much of a breeze at the time, and it just turned round to me. It's back as normal now, and I just thought, oh, we might be here, but you know, we've got lots of people with us. Let's see how many people unsubscribe because they're like, oh my gosh, she really is unhinged. I told you I was unhinged, but you know what? It makes me happy. So, does it matter? Nearly finished this. We have got beautiful weather as well, actually, in the UK. So that could be why my outlook is like, woo, happy, happy, happy. Sometimes the zippity part of my day is missing, but today it's in there. We're having this strange early heat wave, which is nice. But I have a garden, so I can go, you know, I can come and sit in my garden, which I feel sorry for people who live in flats or apartments. They're the ones that are struggling. There we go, grateful to be home. And that needs some white round to really make that stand out. And then round this edge here, and actually I'll do the white now. So I'm going to go here. I just love to doodle, so I'm always looking for an extra excuse to put something else on. Have you noticed? Because it's a paint pen, it dries really quickly. If this was paint, you wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, let's use this white pen now as well. You're not really going to see it, but we'll use that. Oh, I know, let's put some in the numbers. Let's just go right down the middle of the numbers. You see the difference? Not every page has to be singing and dancing. This is just, it's not a massive amount of art on here. Mind you, everything is art. That's how I feel. And I think I'll just colour in. I think I'll just do some stripes. So I'm just going to go round the edge like so. I've got the door open to my studio. Can you hear the birds? It's so lovely. I know I've got a different view from a lot of people because I'm not normally home, but I can only give you my view. I can only do what I'm doing, and at the moment I am just so grateful to be home. Sure, there's loads of things I miss like mad, seeing my grandchildren. I should be at back to back now. You know, I miss seeing Dina. I'm struggling with my designing because my scanner has stopped scanning. So my designs, I can't really send them off. And it's okay designing them, but if you can't send them off, that's a little bit of a problem. I'm missing, what am I missing? I don't think I'm missing that much, to be honest. We're not as drastic here as there are in some places. We're on lockdown, and you're allowed out to exercise, but seeing as I didn't exercise anyway, I'm not going to start. The only thing I really exercise these days is my mouth, and that's done with great regularity. You're allowed out to shop, and I've told you before, I go out once a week to shop because the rest of the week the kids drop me some stuff off. I've got enough medication to last me. So I'm in my little house, me and the cat, happy as Larry at the moment. It was interesting to see the other day people having, when I put the letter from our Prime Minister on, it was interesting to see that some other people had got a letter from the government. Some countries had, some countries hadn't. That was quite interesting. But and somebody did what I said and wrote a letter to themselves, which made me laugh. It's gonna be awkward. I started at the wrong end. Maybe I should have chosen something a lot quicker to do, but I just thought it needed, look, it's looking good. I just thought that it needed this lovely black checked edge. And every day I've been really using a product, so this doesn't really, I mean the numbers, but you could write the numbers yourself. So, because this isn't, I'm not doing this to make you, I'm just going to put this under here, to make you all buy things. That's not the aim of it. The aim is to get you all doing things with stuff that you've got around the house. Tomorrow we're going to be cutting. So you might need to dig out a craft knife and a little cutting mat if you want to join in with tomorrow's. Nearly there, nearly there. I need to film my diary for this week as well. I haven't really had time. I've been that busy sorting out cupboards. Do you remember 2 weeks ago I couldn't even attack a whole drawer? Now I'm doing whole cupboards and rooms. It's like, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing what you find. I don't need to buy any more fabric for at least the rest of my life, unless it's Tula Pink, obviously, and unless it's Anne-Marie Horner or it's Tim's got a new Christmas coming out. I got a sneak peek when I was at my lovely friend's house, so unless it's Tim, then obviously I need to buy that, and Alexander Henry, then obviously I need to buy that. And any novelty cat, then obviously I need to buy that. But apart from that, I don't need to buy any fabric for the rest of my life. I'm just going to put some little highlight circles in here to just give it a bit of a highlight. And then I need something down here, don't I? What do I need? I just still have this out on my desk from... This is the little borders. Is there anything? I have said in my own home, haven't I? So maybe maybe I just want to put this. Maybe I'm just going to cut one of these houses. There's some in the collage sheets if you haven't got this little border set, or you might have my set of stamps. The first set of the house stamps had some little houses in, so you might use one of those. There we go. I'm going to stick that on there. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there. And then I'm going to put the date, and the date is the 8th. And I think I would like the date. I'm just going to put it in a heart. Yeah, let's put it in a heart. So this is from one of the diary sets. Oh, I haven't done my customary cough yet. Good grief, usually the minute I turn the video on, I cough. Let's have the date in a red. Then it will show up that little bit more. There we go. Okay, so I am just going to write TH for 8th, and actually it's not showing up as much as I want, so I'm just going to outline it. There we go. Can you see? I'm going to draw around the house. And I'm going to paint the house in, what colour shall we have the house? Let's have it, let's go green. Not that my house is green, but that's what's so good in your journal. You can make it whatever you want. I'm going to add a bit of shading down the side like so. This is a happy house. Can you see? Look, it's got 2 eyes and a nose. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a blue, roof. Just nice and smiley roof house. Let's have a little bit of a darker colour on the bottom. There we go. To blend that through. Colour front door. Should we have a red front door? What's that one? Cherry pie. And we'll have some pure sunshine in the windows. There we go. I'm tempted to put some eyebrows on it. There we go. And a nose. Because it just made me laugh. Do I want anything else? I think I'm going to take that green, and I think I'm just going to come round here again. Just to emphasise. Oops, come on, get some pen. There we go. Just to emphasise that circle. And I think I'm done. There we go. What are you grateful for? Put that down. I'm grateful to be home and safe, and then these are the things I'm grateful from. So tomorrow we're going to do some cutting out. Okay, so maybe a favourite craft knife, little mini cutting mat, and I'll see you tomorrow.